Okay, just set a listing appointment for on an expired that came in a couple days ago, and this is how it went. I just said there were several numbers that came in. The first number didn't answer, so I called the second number. A woman answered, and I asked if she was who I thought she was, and she said yes. And so we just got to chatting, and I said, "Hey, this is Jen Carsonson. Just calling to see if the property on such and such is coming back on the market sometime this year." And she goes, "No, I think we're just going to wait until the spring." And I said, "Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that you're putting it back on the market soon. Let me ask you this. Tell me more about it. I was really surprised that it didn't sell this time around." And so she just told me all the reasons. And so I wanted to say this to you guys because sometimes if you're talking to expireds and they tell you, I'm not going to re-listen to the spring, most of you would just stop and say, "Oh, okay, great. I'll follow up with you closer to spring." But I didn't. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that you're putting it back on the market. Let me ask you this. I was really surprised that it didn't sell. Like, what was your experience like?" So when she told me all the things, I then began to continue to talk to her and was like, "Oh, that makes sense." I was super surprised. So I started dissecting the listings. I obviously had it pulled up. I'm not going to be too specific because if there's someone local following me, I don't want to give away that I've made this listing appointment just yet. And also, I don't want to offend the previous realtor or anything like that. So we're doing also that call competition. So someone just ring the bell because it's they've made an appointment. So anyway, we got to talking. She's coming into town, and so we're going to meet in a few weeks. And so I just said, "Hey, would it make sense for us to keep in touch? I don't want to lose contact with you, but I am super excited to talk to you. I want to be in the running for you when you interview other agents." And the reason I said that was because earlier in the conversation, I can't speak. Earlier in the conversation, she had said, "We're going to be going with another realtor," and she gave some reasons why. And I was like, "That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that," because then I gave her some reasons why I thought that was a good idea. And then I was like, "Hey, I really want to be in the running. I'm so glad you took my call today. I know this area really well. I'm super passionate about marketing. It sounds like that's what you were needing." And she was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what we're needing." I'm like, "I have this. So I would love to keep in touch with you." She's like, "Well, let me give you my email address." I said, "Perfect." So then I'm going to set her up on a market report so that every couple of weeks she sees what comes on and off the market in the area of where her house is. And then, yeah, in a couple of weeks, we're going to meet. She is excited to meet with me. I'm excited to meet with her. And in the meantime, I was like, "Hey, would it be of value to you if I sent you our vendor list? I don't get any money I don't get a kickback or anything. I just like sharing my trusted vendors with people who might use me because it's can be difficult to like find good people." She was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." So had a great conversation. It was about 9 minutes and got the listing appointment. So I'm very excited about that, and I just wanted to share that win. So, the other reason I wanted to share it was because sometimes when you're learning how to talk to people, it can come across as very like robotic and disingenuine. And I like to take the scripts at work and kind of make them my own in just a real organic, natural way so that they don't feel like I'm selling them something and I don't feel like I'm being too invasive. And so that was an example of it working out really well.